Hello student, Physics class 11th, Chapter 5, Laws of Motion, and today's topic is our conservation of momentum.
Momentum. Isolated system. A system is said to be isolated if there is no exchange of mass and energy between the system and surroundings. Conservation of momentum states that in the absence of an external force, the total linear momentum of an isolated system remains same or conserved.
Now, what do you understand by an isolated system? A system is said to be isolated if there is no exchange of mass and energy between the system and the surrounding. Let us take an example of this kettle. This is a tea kettle, and when the person is pouring the tea and when we close the lid, there is no exchange of matter, mass or energy. There is no exchange of mass and energy with the system. This is called the system, and the surrounding. This is the surrounding. So there is no, whenever there is a no change of mass and energy between the system and the surrounding, that type of system is called as an isolated system. Now, conservation of momentum state that in the absence of external force, the total linear momentum of an isolated system remains same or conserved. So you already know about the conservation law. The matter cannot be created nor destroyed. It only transform its type. So in the conservation of momentum का formula क्या होता है? What is momentum? Is mass into velocity. So in the absence of external force, since it is an isolated system, and let us assume that in the absence of any external force, कोई भी external force इसमें act नहीं करी, neither the atmospheric force nor the gravitational force. So in the absence of any external force, the total linear momentum of an isolated system. अब इसके अंदर बहुत सारे particle है, they are moving in a random position. Since this is an isolated system, so nothing can be exchanged between the isolated system and the surroundings. तो उनका जो मोमेंटम रहेगा इनिशियली वो भी उनका फाइनल रहेगा. So the conservation of momentum state that in an absence of external force, the total linear momentum, since it is a isolated system, so the linear momentum, whatever will be the linear momentum of the system of an iso system, that remains the same. That means initially and the initial momentum and the final momentum is same, or we can say that the linear momentum is conserved.
Explanation using Newton's second law of motion. When there is no external force, F is equal to 0, then dp by dt is equal to 0. P is equal to constant, mv is equal to constant, m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2. Explanation using Newton's third.
Now, conservation of linear momentum can be explained with the help of Newton's second law of motion. So, when there is no external force, that means force is equal to 0. That means there is no external force. According to the Newton's second law, we already have then dp upon dt, rate of change of momentum is equal to 0. Since the force is 0, that means dp upon dt is equal to 0. Since p is your momentum, mass cannot be 0. That means p is constant, that cannot be 0, which means mv is equal to constant, which implies that in the absence of external force, m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2, where m1 is the mass and v1 is the initial momentum and m2 and v2 is the final momentum. So with the help of the law of conservation of law of conservation of linear momentum can be explained with the help of second law of motion. Now explanation using the Newton's third law of motion. Let's see.
Third law of motion. Consider an isolated system which consists of two particles of masses m1 and m2. Then total mass of the system is m is equal to m1 plus m2. Let a force F be applied on the system due to which F1 and F2 act on m1 and m2 respectively. If there is no external force acting on the isolated system, then F is equal to 0. d by dt of P is equal to 0. P is equal to constant. Hence, the law of conservation of linear momentum is proved.
Now, with the help of Newton's third law of motion, consider an isolated system consisting of two particles m1 m2. एक सिस्टम है जिसमें आपके only two particles हैं m1 and m2 having a mass m1 m2. The total mass of the system is m is equal to m1 n1 plus m2. Let force be applied on the system due to which, अगर suppose let us take a force will be applied on a system due to which f1 f2 act on m1 and m2. Now, if we consider that there is no external force on the isolated system, so the net force जो होगी that will become 0. Rate of change of momentum dp upon dt is again 0 because whenever there is no force, there is no change in the momentum. m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2, which means p constant, that is momentum constant. Again, we'll come to the same point, m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2. So, with the help of Newton's second law and Newton's third law, we can prove the conservation of linear momentum.
Assessment. Before proceeding further, let us know how much have you learned. Drag and drop the correct option.
This is for your assessment. Quickly assess the assessment. Newton's dash of motion is involved in rocket propulsion. Second, action and reaction are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction they act upon. Third, the law of conservation of momentum is valid for, I give you 1 minute to solve this problem. The correct answer is Newton's third law of motion is involved in rocket propulsion. The action and reaction are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. They act upon different bodies. The law of conservation of momentum is valid for all systems. Now our next topic is application of conservation of linear momentum. It's very important. The first is recalling of a gun. What do you mean by recalling of a gun? When the bullet is fired from a gun, the gun recoils. Recoils means होता है वापस आना. It moves in the direction opposite of the direction of the motion of the bullet. Suppose यहाँ पे आपकी ये gun है, and when you press the trigger, so the bullet move in this direction. तो बुलेट जो आपकी जब इस डायरेक्शन में जाएगी तो गन में एक बैकवर्ड मोशन होती है विच इज कॉल्ड एज द रिकॉलिंग ऑफ ए गन. On the basis of this topic, there is a small derivation which we are doing now. Now we are doing the calculation of recoil velocity. Recoil velocity मतलब किस velocity से गन पीछे की तरफ मूव करेगी. Let us take, let m1 mass of bullet, v1 velocity of bullet, m2 mass of gun, v2 velocity of gun, velocity of recoil of gun. Now before firing, the gun and the bullet both are at rest. Therefore, initial momentum for both is equal to 0. Final momentum what will the final momentum? m1 v1 plus m2 v2. This is your final momentum. Now according to law of conservation of linear momentum, initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Initial momentum is our 0 for both the cases, so this will become 0, and final momentum is your m1 v1 plus m2 v2, which implies that m2 v2 is equal to minus m1 v1, or we can say that v2 is equal to minus m1 v1 upon m2. So this is the velocity of recoil of gun. This is the velocity to calculate the velocity of recoil of gun. मतलब कि जब आपने बुलेट फायर करी है तो गन किस स्पीड से बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन में आई है. माइनस साइन इंडिकेट्स दैट इट शोज दैट द मोशन ऑफ द gun is in the opposite direction of the direction of bullet. So negative sign you can write. Negative sign shows that direction of v2, that is the velocity, is in opposite to the डायरेक्शन ऑफ v1. v1 किसका वेलोसिटी है आपका? v1 इज द वेलोसिटी ऑफ द बुलेट. तो बुलेट के अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में v2 की वेलोसिटी है. बुलेट आपकी इधर जा रही है, दिस इज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ बुलेट, एंड दिस इज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ v2 क्या है? दैट इज रिकॉल ऑफ गन. उसकी अपोजिट डायरेक्शन है. तो नेगेटिव साइन क्या शो कर रहा है? The negative sign shows that the direction of v2 is opposite to the direction of v1, that is gun recoils. If m2 is very much greater than m1. m1 क्या था? mass of the bullet, and m2 क्या था? mass of the gun. Means m2, the mass of the gun is much more greater than the mass of the bullet. With this relation we can say that v2 is very less than v1. So you can see that if the mass of the gun, is inversely proportional to the velocity of recoil of the gun, because they are in inversely relation है. तो if the mass of the gun is more, then the velocity v2 is less. We can write recoil of the gun is much smaller than that the velocity of the bullet, which implies that v2 is inversely proportional to m2. ये आपने याद रखना है. And finally we can write, this means that a heavier gun will recoil with a smaller velocity and vice versa. Now second application of conservation of linear momentum is while firing, the gun must be held tightly to the shoulders. So you have seen that when the gun held tightly, the body of the shooter and the gun behaves as one body. The total mass become large and therefore recoil velocity of the body and the gun become too small. As we have seen, that is the mass velocity of recoiling of the gun is inversely proportional to the mass of the gun. That we have done it. So while firing a gun, तो जो शूटर होता है वो अपने शोल्डर को बिल्कुल गन को टच करके ही शूट करता है. When it is shooting with a heavy gun, the shooter always touch the gun with his body so that it behave as a one body. तो उसमें क्या होता है, what will happen, जो गन है it will add up, the mass of the gun will add up with the mass of the body. That means M2 is increasing. We are here increasing the value of M2. As the M2 increases, the recoil velocity decreases because they are inversely proportional. So recoiling velocity decreases and the recoiling velocity of the body and the gun become too small for it. So जो आपको hurt होता, the pressure which is hurting on the shoulder of the shooter is reduced because of the velocity reduces as the mass increases. Now the third application is flight and rocket and jet planes. Flight of rocket and jet plane. The escaping gases acquire a large backward momentum. This in turn impart an equal forward momentum to the rocket in accordance with the law of conservation of linear momentum. So you have seen the rocket जो आप fire करते हैं. So if the rocket is like this and the gases which is moving in downward direction, which they are having some momentum, mass into velocity, and in turn the equal forward momentum of the rocket